This fish looks like it has a cockpit instead of a head, and the eyes you think you see are not its eyes. This is the barreleye fish, Macropinna microstoma, a deep-sea animal with a transparent, fluid-filled shield over the top of its head. Its face plays a trick on your brain. Those two little dark pits above the mouth look exactly where fish eyes should be, but they are scent organs called nares. The real eyes are the green spheres inside the clear dome. They are not sitting on the outside of the face, they are buried inside the head, pointing up. That sounds like a design mistake. A fish with a mouth in front, but eyes that stare through the roof of its own skull. But down where it lives, looking upward can be more useful than looking forward. The barreleye lives in the twilight zone, hundreds of meters below the surface. At roughly 2,000 to 2,600 feet deep, sunlight has almost vanished. There is no reef, no bright background, and no easy way to see prey directly ahead. So the ocean above becomes a screen. Anything drifting overhead can appear as a shadow against the last weak light falling from the surface. The barreleye turns the whole water column into a hunting display. It hangs below, watches the ceiling, and waits for tiny shapes to cross the dim light. Its eyes are tubular, which is where the name Barreleye comes from. Instead of a round camera in every direction, each eye is like a narrow light bucket aimed at the dark sky. A tube shape helps collect faint light from a chosen direction. It sacrifices a broad view, but it gains sensitivity where it matters most. Those lenses are bright green for a reason. In the deep sea, filtering the faint, downwelling light may help the fish separate real, glowing prey from the dim background. From the front, the animal looks almost cartoonish. A tiny mouth, two fake eyes, and a glass dome full of green machinery. The dome is not a bubble stuck on top. It is living, transparent tissue filled with fluid, forming a protective shield over the eyes. For years, scientists knew this fish mostly from specimens hauled up in nets. That soft, transparent shield was often damaged before anyone saw it intact. The real animal made sense when researchers finally watched living barreleyes with deep-sea vehicles. Alive, it did not look like a normal fish with strange eyes. It looked like a new visual system. The barreleye is not built for a fast chase across open water. Its large, flat fins let it hover with careful control, nearly motionless in the dark. That hovering matters. In the twilight zone, wasting energy is expensive. Instead of racing everywhere, the fish holds position and lets the ocean bring targets overhead. This is not a giant monster. A barreleye is usually only about 6 inches long, small enough to fit in your hand, if your hand could survive its world. Now look at the mouth. It is small, forward-facing, and almost delicate. That creates the central puzzle. How does a fish eat something it is not looking at? If the eyes only stared upward forever, the fish could spot food, swim toward it, and then lose sight of it at the exact moment it needed to bite. The solution is stranger than the problem. The barreleye can rotate its eyes inside the transparent dome, shifting them from upward-looking to forward-looking. When it searches, the green tubes point up. When it feeds, they swing forward, like a pair of binoculars being lowered toward the target. That gives the fish two different visual modes. Upward mode is for detecting silhouettes. Forward mode is for the final approach, where the mouth and eyes finally agree. So the transparent head is not just weird decoration. It is a window that lets the eyes scan upward through tissue that would block vision in an ordinary fish. One suspected food source is the Siphonophore, a drifting colony that can trail long, stinging tentacles through the darkness, like an invisible fishing line. Those tentacles can catch small crustaceans and other animals. For a careful barreleye, a siphonophore may be both a danger and a buffet. The clear dome may help protect the eyes when the fish moves among stinging tentacles. The thing that looks most fragile may also be armor for its most important sensors. Imagine living under a moving ceiling of snacks, traps, shadows, and faint glows. The Barreleye's strange head is shaped for that exact ceiling. A normal shallow water fish can rely on side vision, bright colors, and quick movement. The Barreleye lives where color fades, distance lies, and the best clue is a tiny shadow overhead. That is why the false eyes are so satisfying. Your brain reads the nares as a face, but the fish is not built around our idea of a face. Those nares are still useful. In a dark ocean, smell can carry information that vision cannot. The front of the fish samples the water, while the eyes patrol the light above. The weirdness comes from separating jobs. The mouth points where food will be captured. The nose samples the water ahead. The eyes sit inside the head and search the sky. The animal's whole body supports that strategy. Dark fins, careful hovering, upward eyes, and a small mouth all belong to a predator that waits instead of charging. The old mystery was not that the Barreleye had strange eyes. The mystery was whether it could ever see what it was about to eat. Eye rotation solves that. A likely feeding sequence is simple. It spots something above, rises toward it, tilts its body, rotates its eyes forward, and lines up the bite. Without the dome, upward eyes would stare into tissue. Without rotating eyes, the mouth would never get a clean view. The transparent head and moving eyes only make sense together. The fish is not empty-headed, it is window-headed. The clear space is part of a system that moves vision away from the face and into the roof. In our world, eyes in the forehead would look ridiculous. In its world, they are pointed toward the only reliable light source left. The green lenses add another layer. They may reduce the wash of faint sunlight and make bioluminescent animals stand out more clearly in the haze. Down here, light can be a signal, a lure, a warning, or accidental leakage from a living body. To the Barreleye, a tiny glow above can mean food. That is why the fish looks fake in photos. We are seeing an animal adapted to rules we almost never experience. Darkness above, danger in threads, and food as silhouettes. The Barreleye is a small predator in a huge empty space. Its body does not dominate the deep ocean. It solves one narrow problem extremely well. Go back to the face now, and the illusion falls apart. The fake eyes are nostrils. The green orbs are the real eyes. The glass head is a window. What looked like the worst possible place for eyes becomes perfect when you flip the world upward. This fish is not looking at you. It is watching the ceiling of the sea. The Barreleye does not have a transparent head to be strange. It has one because in the deep sea, survival can mean seeing through your own face.